So as you can see, I'm standing in what looks to be like a bunch of weeds, and it's everywhere. Everywhere behind me, everywhere over there, just everywhere. It's not weeds, it's cover crop. It's a lot of species. If you watched some of my videos last fall, you saw where I was talking about planting cover crop and what it's going to try to promote, which is soil health. This cover crop has taken off to the point that I'm a little bit worried that I might not even be able to run a planter in it. That time's coming really soon, probably next few days. The planter is getting ready to get hooked up and seed put in the planter and get everything dialed in. And we're going to eventually make it down into this field or this farm and see what we can do. Now, I do know when we do come in here and plant, this stuff is almost, well, it's 6 foot tall. That's pretty tall stuff. I do know when we do plant it, it does a lot better job when it's green. So if I was to come in and spray this now, I would have to wait at least 3 weeks minimum to be able to plant into it, because what will happen is it will get tough and the blades of the planter will not cut through it very well at all. So one thing that we do try to do is plant into it green. There's still a lot of space. When you look down in through here, there's a lot of space between the plants to get down to the dirt, which is what we want to do. There's a lot of varieties of cover crop in here. We got cereal rye. We've got, as you can see, this tall plant. This is well past my waist. This is a Australian winter pea, and it has actually climbed the stalks of some of the, it looks to be cereal rye. The other plants that we have in here is crimson clover. Now, I picked crimson clover because crimson clover will actually die a little easier when I spray it versus red clover. I made the mistake one year planting a pretty big area or farm of red clover, and it took a lot of chemical to kill it. Actually, it was so hard to plant into that, that I had to wait for a pretty good while after I sprayed it several times to even plant it. The stalks on it was just about as big as my thumb. But there's all kinds of different types of vegetation in here, cover crops that we planted, and it should make a perfect place to come in and plant. Now, we're going to be planting soybeans, and I probably would not come in here. I would not let this get as tall if we were planting corn, because that would be too much competition and it could actually cause some problems. Here, this looks to be like some oats, possibly. This is actually a dwarf barley. That's a volunteer plant. I didn't plant that. This could be a turnip. Yep, as you can see down here, turnip left. They have the yellow flowers this time of year. Oh, here's a big one. There's a big turnip. I have a little worry about running the coulters and the planter through those. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about, is what's the planter, what's the seed going to do if it drops right in the middle of one of these things? It could be a problem. I don't know. But we will see what happens. I'm kind of excited about coming in and planting something like this. I have planted cover crop, but not this thick. And the reason why this is so thick is because we planted right after a major flood we had here. I had beans, well over waist high, perfect stand of beans, and we had a major flood. I had at least 6 or 7 feet of water over top of where I'm standing right now. It killed the beans. I came in and broadcast a cover crop and lightly turbo tilled them in, and this is the result. That was September 1st, 2nd is when I did that, and it has just grown unbelievable, and I just can't wait to see what happens. I hope I don't have a major failure. We don't need that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the beans are going to do great. It's going to help suppress the weeds. And most importantly, it's going to build a lot of organic matter and hopefully help the soil health. So yeah, that's what we got going. Getting ready to pull the planter out of the barn, get it ready to plant, and see how things go this year. I hope they go better than last year. We don't have a major flooding. I hope that was just a once in a lifetime event. But yeah, stay tuned. See what happens. Next video, I'm probably going to be getting the planter going and pulling out into the field here and getting things tested and ran out to see how things plant. But stay tuned. Living a dream.